In the tranquil waters of Florida, where the ocean meets the sky, a retired couple found peace in their daily routine. The rhythmic sound of waves crashing against the shore in the warm embrace of the sun made each day feel like a gift. But one morning, that peace was shattered by a nightmare from the depths. In this video, we will tell you the story of the brutal shark attack on Thadeus Kubinski, a tragedy that forever altered the lives of those involved. Thadeus and Anna Kubinski had lived in BCA Bay since 1984. Their home, perched on the edge of the bay, was a sanctuary, a place where they could enjoy their golden years in blissful retirement. The house, a quaint two-story building with a wraparound porch, was filled with memories. Photos of family vacations, their children's milestones, and countless moments of joy lined the walls. Thad, as his friends called him, had retired early at 53 after a successful career in manufacturing. He was known for his meticulous attention to detail and a work ethic that had earned him respect in his field. Retirement, however, didn't mean slowing down for Thad. He and Anna spent their days remodeling their home, spending time with their children and grandchildren, and engaging in hobbies they loved, like gardening and sailing. Every morning, without fail, the couple would take a leisurely 20-minute walk to the nearby jetty for their daily swim. The path was lined with palm trees, their fronds swaying gently in the morning breeze. It was their way of staying active, a ritual they cherished. Anna was always a bit cautious about the ocean, aware of the dangers lurking beneath the surface. She had grown up hearing stories of sharks and other sea creatures, and those tales had left an imprint on her mind. But Thad was fearless, though he respected Anna's concerns and kept their swims close to shore, where the water was shallow and felt safe. He often reassured her, reminding her of how rare shark attacks were in the area. For 16 years, their morning swims were peaceful and uneventful. The water was their refuge, a place where they could leave behind the worries of the world and simply be in the moment. But on this particular morning in 2000, something sinister was waiting just beneath the surface. The sun had barely risen, casting long shadows across the beach as Thad and Anna made their way to the jetty. The air was thick with the scent of salt water and the occasional whiff of fish from the nearby docks, where fishermen were preparing for the day ahead. Unbeknownst to the Kubinskis, a massive 9-foot, 400-pound tiger shark was prowling the shallows. The shark had been drawn closer to shore by the scent of discarded fish intestines, carelessly thrown into the water by fishermen the night before. This practice, though common, had unintentionally created a dangerous situation. Hungry and on the hunt, the shark was on the lookout for its next meal. It had been swimming in deeper waters but was lured closer to the jetty, where unsuspecting swimmers like Thad and Anna were vulnerable. Thad, as usual, was eager to dive in. With a youthful energy that belied his 69 years, he ran ahead of Anna and took a spectacular dive into the shallow waters. But as his body hit the water, it sent shockwaves that caught the attention of the predator nearby. The splash, harmless to human eyes, was like a beacon to the shark, signaling the presence of prey. Just 2 yards away from where Thad entered the water, the tiger shark was already in motion. The splash triggered its instinctual hunting response, and it charged at Thad with terrifying speed. The shark's sleek, powerful body cut through the water like a torpedo, its eyes locked onto its target. In an instant, the shark reared its massive head out of the water, its jaws wide open, and clamped down on Thad's left side with unimaginable force. The impact was so powerful that it propelled Thad several feet towards the jetty, his body flailing like a rag doll. The force of the attack was unlike anything that had ever experienced. A sensation of crushing pressure and searing pain that overwhelmed his senses. The shark's razor-sharp teeth sliced through Thad's body, tearing through flesh, bone, and vital organs in a single, devastating bite. His left abdomen, liver, and parts of his ribcage were ripped away in an instant. The water around him turned a deep red, a stark contrast to the serene blue that had greeted him moments earlier. The force of the bite was so severe that it caused catastrophic blood loss, with more than half of his blood spilling into the sea before he even had a chance to comprehend what had happened. Thad's unconscious body floated to the surface, his life slipping away in mere seconds. The massive wound, a gaping half-moon shape from his armpit to his hip, was a testament to the sheer power and brutality of the attack. Anna, who had just stepped into the water, witnessed the entire scene unfold. Her eyes went wide with terror as she saw the shark's fin slicing through the water toward her husband. She tried to scream to warn him, but it all happened so quickly that no sound escaped her lips before the shark struck. Overcome with fear and panic, Anna bolted out of the water, running along the jetty and screaming for help. Her cries echoed across the bay, drawing the attention of nearby swimmers, yacht owners, and fishermen. A group of 8 men, hearing Anna's desperate screams, rushed to the scene. Without hesitation, they jumped into the water, slapping the surface and shouting to scare the shark away. The predator, sensing the danger of multiple attackers, retreated into the depths, leaving Thad's lifeless body floating in a pool of red. The rescuers managed to haul Thad's bleeding body onto the jetty. But the situation was grim. Thad's eyes were rolled back, his breathing was shallow and gargled, and what little remained of his intestines was spilling out from the horrific wound. Despite their efforts to contain the bleeding and save him, Thad's injuries were too severe. An ambulance arrived within minutes, but it was too late. Thad gave one final, labored breath and passed away on the jetty, surrounded by strangers who had fought valiantly to save him. A kind stranger who had held Anna during the chaos drove her to the hospital and helped contact her children. Anna was in shock, barely able to speak, as the reality of what had happened began to sink in. In the days and weeks that followed, Anna's life was turned upside down. Her children and grandchildren rallied around her, offering support and comfort. But the image of Thad being torn apart by the shark haunted her for years. The nightmares were vivid and relentless, replaying the horrific attack over and over in her mind. Though Anna eventually found some peace, the brutal shark attack that took her husband's life left an indelible mark. The ocean, once a place of tranquility and joy, had turned into a scene of unimaginable horror. Thadeus Kubinski's story is a stark reminder of the power and unpredictability of nature and the thin line that separates life from death. This tragic event didn't just affect Anna. It sent shockwaves throughout the local community. The beach, once bustling with locals and tourists alike, became a place of somber reflection. Fishermen, now more aware of the consequences of their practices, began to change their habits, ensuring that fish remains were disposed of far from swimming areas. Local authorities increased patrols and installed warning signs along the coast, urging swimmers to be cautious and stay informed about shark activity. Marine biologists were also called in to study the incident, leading to a better understanding of shark behavior and migration patterns in the area. Educational programs were introduced to teach both residents and visitors about the risks of swimming in shark-inhabited waters and how to minimize those risks. Despite these efforts, the memory of Thad's death lingered like a shadow over the bay. For those who knew him, his loss was not just a personal tragedy, but a stark lesson in the power of nature. Anna, now a widow, became a quiet advocate for ocean safety, sharing her story with others in the hope of preventing similar tragedies. Today, as we remember Thad Kubinski, we also honor the resilience of those left behind. His story serves as a powerful reminder of the delicate balance between humanity and the natural world, and the need for respect and caution when venturing into the wild. While the ocean remains a place of beauty and wonder, it is also a realm of untamed power, where the unexpected can happen in the blink of an eye. May Thad's memory be a reminder to cherish each moment and to respect the power of the natural world.